where they put this bridge here? We should go this way.
Whoa! To the right.
You're watching The Rush, and this week we're headed to Kansas, the land of giants, to hunt with Dan Cross of JD Outfitting. If you like hunting giant whitetails, then stay tuned for another rush-filled episode.
Cedar Spur Productions presents
Welcome to the Rush.
right there it is, buddy, the Rush.
Hiya.
Welcome to the Rush.
I see you.
Thank you, Laura!
What do I think of when someone mentions JD Outfitting and Kansas? 2 words: big whitetails.
There's a storm cloud coming.
There's a storm cloud coming.
It's black on the horizon.
It's black on the horizon.
Are you gonna bury your head in the sand, man?
Are you gonna bury your head in the sand, man?
Or are you gonna get out there and fight?
Fight! Fight!
There's a storm cloud coming.
Dan Cross wears many hats. First of all, he owns and operates JD Outfitting, where he puts his clients on giant whitetails and muleys every year. He's also one of the founding members of Full Draw Adventures, an exciting show that combines hunting with 3D archery. I was blessed to be able to produce Full Draw Adventures when they first began, and even more blessed to meet all the awesome people, including Dan Cross. Whenever I hunt with an outfitter, the first thing I want to know is, do they hunt? Well, I can tell you, Dan is passionate about hunting, and it just took one Rio hunt to figure that out.
We're fixing to have a rush here in a minute. Right to the bottom, right to the bottom. Wait. I'm on. Feel the rush, baby. That was fun.
If you think that turkey hunt was fun, make sure you come back after the break for some giant whitetail action.
The Rush is brought to you by Norway Industries, the maker of the Fusion Vane and the String Tamer. Atsco, maker of UV Killer and UV Killer Camo. True Glow and Apex Gear. PSE Archery, experience, performance. Outdoor Edge Knives. EP Hunting, makers of the Rain Broadhead. Spy Point, the best trail cameras ever made. Scott Archery, everyone's number one. Fall Guy, always connected, always protected. Troublesome Creek Outfitters. Keystone Calls, call on the edge. Wiesner Archery, in Bloomville, Ohio. JD Outfitting. Kentucky Dream Hunter. Ripcord. Advantage Hunting. Cedar Spur Decoys. And also by Carbon Impact.
For thousands of years, bow hunters have struggled to see their arrows in flight and accurately hit their mark. Shed some light on your arrow flight with Xeon Fusion Vanes by Norway Industries. Ultra bright edge glow technology carries light to the vane edges for unmatched visibility in all lighting conditions. Unlike heavy lighted knocks, Xeon Fusion Vanes steer with pinpoint accuracy, are Pope & Young approved and legal in all 50 states. Shed some light on your arrow flight. Xeon Fusion Vanes.
Brightness counts.
Introducing the first broadhead engineered for today's faster bows. The Rain Broadhead. Shatterhead technology demolishes bone while the Swivel-Tech blades bypass obstructions for bullet-true accuracy and penetration. Blazing speed, unmatched strength, precision accuracy, elite penetration. The search for the ultimate broadhead is over. Let it rain.
One tree stand fall can end your hunting career and maybe your life. The easy solution to eliminate tree stand falls is to always be attached to the tree. Fall Guy Vest and 20-foot retractor uses tested seatbelt technology and will keep you connected, safe, and effective. The 20-foot retractor installs easily and will make your tree stand hunting more enjoyable. Concentrate on the hunt, not the height. If the worst happens, Fall Guy will be there for you. Fall Guy, for the hunt.
The day after Thanksgiving, 2008 finally arrived. Don, aka Fat Boy Lockhart, and I made it to Dan's house after a 16-hour drive from Michigan.
I just found this one.
You want us to let him go?
Sure. Where I'm taking you this evening is this deer is
Still there?
Still there. He's got a drop tine here too.
Sure, now that it's Don's turn to shoot, you're just taking us there.
Well, luck of the draw.
Just because I can't afford a cameraman.
Right.
Well, the luck of the draw sure was in Don's favor in 2008. He didn't end up getting that drop tine buck, but he got a nice tall 8-point.
You got the antlers right there. He's trophy. I've never seen anything like it. Come out here, you're driving down I-70. There ain't nothing. I'm like, Jason, there ain't no deer here. How can you have deer and there's nothing out there? But holy smokes, the deer you have here. I mean, just in what we've seen, just in these, what have we been there, Jason? 4 days? 4 days?
Join the club of the believers.
Oh man, I'm a believer.
Hunting at JD Outfitting in Kansas does tend to make believers out of first-time hunters. Who needs trees anyways when you got all those big bucks in every creek bottom that you see? Seeing all those great bucks in 08 made me a believer too, even though I didn't get a shot. The 2009 season finally rolled around, and I found myself in a familiar position, hunting with Dan Cross at JD Outfitting in Kansas, the land of giants, without a cameraman. It didn't take long, and I'd rattled in a nice young buck looking for a fight. Luckily, I was able to get a second angle on the rush cam, and I started thinking, who needs a cameraman anyways? I was getting some awesome video. Then I really started getting fancy. I was getting some sweet true glow cutaways of that young buck. When all of a sudden, I spotted a giant buck.
That's a Michigan shooter. Kansas shooter too, oh my God.
While I was getting my fancy video, that 160-inch brute was watching me the whole time. I tried every call I could think of, but after a while that giant just wandered into the thicket. Well, rifle season started a few days later, and JD outfitting hunter Justin DeLance of Mississippi was in the same stand looking at the same buck at 100 yards again. The only difference is he had a rifle instead of a bow.
I was looking to my left, you know how it was in there. They got that little, the trees kind of go out. Well, I was looking in there, there was a little scrub buck in there, 4 or 6 point or something. I was watching him. And then I took my binoculars down and looked back to my right, and there he was, 100 yards, standing there. Make some funny faces.
Yeah, you can tongue out. Man, you guys don't have
smile at him.
I killed your deer, Jason. Say it. I killed your deer, Jason.
Yeah, Justin shot my buck, and I was beginning to think that I had a Kansas curse with a K. I mean, give me a break. Dan kept putting me on some great farms and some great stand locations. I just couldn't get a shot. Hey there, all you Rush junkies, make sure you tune in to the end of the show to see how you can win a free Rush gear package and a grand prize package of a 5-day video hunt at Killin' Buck Outfitters in Killbuck, Ohio.
The truth about Blaze Orange may surprise you. You can get busted wearing Blaze Orange because of the Whitetails' ability to see the UV brighteners that are embedded in the Blaze Orange cloth. The science team at UV Killer has developed a new Blaze Orange that is visible to human eyes and invisible to the eyes of a whitetail. Blaze Orange that deer can't see is now available for serious whitetailers. Get your vest today at uvkiller.com.
Kick it.
When accuracy is a must, choose Game Reaper Scope Mounts by D&Z Products. Team Rush members and brothers Don and Derek Lockhart also hunted with Dan in '09. Derek had never hunted Kansas before, and after stopping and getting his out-of-state license, there was only one thing left to do. Make sure his X-Force was still driving tax. And oh yeah, make sure he accidentally didn't shoot the back window out of Don's old Chevy.
You owe me a sticker.
Yeah, well, I'd replace the sticker in the back.
It costs more than the window.
That sucks.
Yeah, 40 yards, boy.
That PSE is bad to the bone, man. Get there right now.
40 yards, pretty windy. We're a little blocked in by these trees, but bow's on. No excuses. No excuses.
Derek definitely didn't have any excuses about his X-Force, and after scouting one of Dan's farms, it didn't take long to get on some good bucks.
There's another big deer behind him. There's the big one, Don. That's a big one. In the back, see it?
Derek got that giant 8's attention, but it wasn't enough to get him to leave that doe that he ended up chasing towards I-70, headed west. Well, Derek may not have had any excuses about his bow, but he did complain about the weather a little bit. Don, however, is always up for an adventure, and that muddy Kansas road was just the rush that Don was after.
You see that road right there? Looks just like just a dirt road. Just a dirt road. Been in the ditch once today on the way into the stand, and then, well, bouncing off the banks coming out.
Thank God we have the Z71 off-road package.
It's having a hell of a time on a road. It won't stay on the road, it wants to go off so much. Well, hopefully the next scene you see is not me in a ditch with a tow truck up to me.
Well, Don and Derek didn't need a tow truck, but they did need some warm weather clothes. If you've never hunted Kansas, then you better be prepared for some brutal weather, including insane wind gusts. And that's exactly what Derek encountered on the 4th day of his hunt, along with a shooter trailing doe.
What's that?
That's a shooter. I just hope he can chase them does over this way. He's gonna have to get close. We got like 30-mile-an-hour winds, gusting like 40. It's crazy out here. But that's what we came here for. That's a nice buck.
Outdoor Edge's new swing blade is 2 blades in 1. Changes from skinning knife to the ultimate cutting blade. Game processor and Butcher Light, the highest quality butcher kits for the home processor. Do it yourself and save with our instructional game processing DVDs. Outpack, the most complete big game set in a roll pack organizer. The Cody Pack and Trophy Pack are the ultimate knife saw combos.
I guarantee these are the best knives you'll ever own. Call us at 800-447-EDGE or visit our website at OutdoorEdge.com.
The rules have changed. The new Dream Season Evo is the ultimate hunting bow.
A bow this smooth is not supposed to be this fast.
The new PSE Dream Season Evo uses revolutionary center lock limb pockets, incredible planar flex riser, and the extremely durable 4th generation X-Force limbs that you have to shoot to believe.
A smooth draw bow that takes performance and accuracy to a whole new level.
Thought it couldn't be done?
Think again.
Experience PSE, experience performance.
Derek was quickly becoming a believer like all of Dan Cross's hunters at JD Outfitting. He was seeing bucks everywhere. Only problem was it was coming down to the final seconds on the game clock. It was the last evening of the hunt, and they were hunting a stand that they'd had a couple of great encounters. Derek was watching some does when out of nowhere a shooter caught him off guard.
Welcome to the rush.
He's down right there. It's a big 8 we saw 2 days ago in the morning. It's a beautiful buck. It's massive. He's got great mass. 50 yards. Oh man, look at that. Look at the mass in that.
Serious mass.
That is a beautiful buck. That is a beautiful buck. Dan, thank you so much.
You bet.
Thank you.
Down here hunting for a week, and the end result looks mighty fine.
Well, if I'd known it was going to take the whole time of the hunt, I'd only come on the last day.
Yeah.
We've been down here for 6 days, and we've had some pretty ups and downs in weather, high winds, which I guess isn't all that abnormal. This is my first time here with you. First time hunting in Kansas ever. And I am not disappointed. The quality of the deer that we saw were just amazing. Dan does both archery hunts and firearm hunts, early muzzleloader season hunts, mule deer, whitetail, you got it all. Turkeys, you got the whole 9 yards out here.
Yeah.
So, just a great place to be, beautiful country, and just a fun hunt. I mean, we had 1 day where we got rained out. Other than that, it's just been fun every day, and I don't have to have a tag sandwich.
You don't have to eat one this year. Huh?
That's right. That's right. Just a beautiful buck, Dan. Just a beautiful buck. And of the 3 shooters that we saw out of this stand, this is the smallest.
Well, you take this buck here. He's probably reached. He's made his potential. That's probably all he was ever going to be. But he's just got old and massive.
Right. He's big. He is big body. He's just a tank.
Well, you made a good shot on him.
51 yards.
51 yards. That's
that PSC X-Force, man. That thing really gets him out there. Shooting a 360 grain arrow at 315 feet per second. It's flat as flat can be.
If you want to hunt some true Kansas giant, then contact Dan Cross at JD Outfitting. And make sure you catch a future episode of The Rush at JD Outfitting when I see if I can finally break my Kansas curse.
We would like to welcome you to The Rush. So grab your cell phone and text RUSH to 30997.
That's right, Rush Junkies. You could win an all-inclusive archery rush gear package and a grand prize 5-day video whitetail hunt in Killbuck, Ohio with Killin' Buck Outfitters.
Sponsored by Norway Industries. Total prize package worth over $4,000. Text RUSH to 30997 and join Team Rush on the hunt.
That's a wrap on another edition of The Rush, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did bringing it to you. We want everyone to really take advantage of Team Rush. All you have to do is go to hunttherush.com and check out our website. And while you're there, go to all of our sponsors' links and let them know that you saw their products on our show and how much you've enjoyed watching us.
Knives and game processing kits for The Rush are provided by Outdoor Edge, the finest quality knives and tools for the big game hunter.
The Rush is brought to you by Norway Industries, the maker of the Fusion Vane and the String Tamer. Atsco, maker of UV Killer and UV Killer Camo. True Glow and Apex Gear. PSC Archery, experience, performance. Outdoor Edge Knives. EP Hunting, makers of the Rain Broadhead. Spy Point, the best trail cameras ever made. Scott Archery, everyone's #1. Fall Guy, always connected, always protected. Troublesome Creek Outfitters. Keystone Calls, call on the edge. Wiesner Archery in Bloomville, Ohio. JD Outfitting. Kentucky Dream Hunter. Ripcord. Advantage Hunting. Cedar Spur Decoys. And also by Carbon Impact.
Leave home, but we know they got some serious animals here, and appreciate the chance to get on them out here at JD Outfitting in eastern Kansas. So, I'm sorry, out here at JD Outfitting in western Kansas. It should be western Kansas. It only took us 16 hours to get here. It feels like it should have been like Western California. Can you tell I like to fly? I prefer to fly.
Products have been provided by these fine sponsors. For more information and current air times, go to hunttherush.com.